please do not watch this video. I am going to be talking about it. I'm talking about it in the sense of like the situation as far as Hollywood goes. This is just a point of view from my point of view. Please take it as it is meant. I'm not a professional. I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist. I'm not a police officer. It's on my profile. Hey, Pablo, I think I got it fixed, Pablo. I think it was an extension that was causing me to keep dropping. So I deleted a bunch of my extensions. I only had like 3 or 4 extensions, but I think a couple of the extensions I was running was what was causing my problem. So I deleted a bunch of the extensions I was running, and I'm running okay now. So far. Tim, if you go to my profile, under my profile, on my profile page, I've got a link. It's I am Queen Tinaful. It's just easier if you go to my profile and click on the little button that has my YouTube. You know, if you click the little button that says YouTube, I've got a little YouTube button on my profile here on HAPS, and it'll take you straight to my YouTube. But I upload everything to YouTube here. But if this works, then I've already updated it. It's already updated, Pablo. Chrome up. I keep everything updated. Everything's been updated. That's not the issue. See, I knew that wasn't the issue. I'm a smart girl. It had to be one of the extensions. That's why I was so upset, because I knew that I knew that I updated the other day, and I didn't understand why I wasn't able to connect. And since I'm using my PC, I cannot fathom why it won't connect any better. Because my phone will not pull it. What do you mean my YouTube link don't work? Here, I'll give you my YouTube link. My YouTube link should work on here. I don't know if that. I want to make sure this is correct. Okay, am I back? Oh, jeez. Am I here or not? There you go, Tim. I'll change the link on my profile. The link should work on my profile. It works for me, but I don't know why it wouldn't work for you. Am I still here or am I gone? Can somebody let me know? Can somebody let me know over there? Over there? Somebody let me know if I'm back, if I'm gone, if I'm here. I don't know. I just went dead a second ago again, so I don't know what's going on, guys. It's like I can't stay connected over here on Hacks. Okay. All right. So let's get into this. Let's get into this conversation because I really want to get this done so I can get out of here because I'm getting frustrated and I don't like being frustrated. Okay, so I'm gonna take these off. Okay, so I was watching The Girl in the Book, and one of my biggest issues with Hollywood today is that they sensationalize everything. You know, they want to make everything hip and cool and nice and great and awesome. My issue is that even though this was a South by Southwest movie, I believe this film was made for South by Southwest. You know, the like Cannes, you know, for the film festival, South by Southwest. And it was a great film. And I love the basis of the film, and I love the premise of the story. However, I did not need to see a grown man kiss a 14-year-old girl, which I don't think the actress that played the 14-year-old girl in the film, or maybe she was 13, 14, 15, I don't think the girl that played the part was that age, yet what we're told is that this is what she is. This is what age she is, right? No. It's not a how-to movie. Okay, let me explain that. It's not a how-to movie. The premise of the movie is that this young girl grows up. She's being groomed by this man. Let me explain what grooming is. Grooming is, Merriam-Webster says, to be groomed is to get into readiness for a specific objective. And this writer was grooming her for sex. He fell in love with her. But he groomed her for sex, basically. And he wrote about her. He wrote about her life in this book that was a bestseller. And so he came back into her life after selling another book, and it brought up all the feelings and all the hurt and and it really messed her life up, okay? And so as I watched this film, you know, she kind of switched back and forth. So she's going from being a young woman to being a traumatized teen. And so you watch it, and this is where Hollywood gets a little too sensationalistic, in my opinion. And this is, like I said, this is my opinion. I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist. I'm not a police officer. I'm not a child psychologist or anything. This is just my opinion. Hollywood has gotten so good at sensationalizing things that they've even sensationalized grooming. Because I looked up, now do not do this, and I am telling everybody, do not look these things up because you can get yourself into a lot of trouble looking up certain things on the internet. And I know this for a fact because when you look up things, like if you're not careful how you look up certain things, like when you do a lot of stuff for people in the police department area or detective area, when working with kids, you have to be very careful about how you look up things when you're working to help bust pedophile rings, or when you're trying to help, and that's a big word, so I tried to warn y'all. If you don't want to hear this stuff, then please leave the room, don't watch. But you can't look up certain things on the internet because you yourself can get in trouble in the long run. But I looked up movies depicting some type of grooming or depraved acts on children. There were over 100. I mean, just alone on grooming. And that just means that at some point in the film, there was an allusion to either child rape, an act of some sort on a child, whether it was actually acted out in the film or it was portrayed in the film, as i.e. it was said this happened to a child in the film. And so I wonder how much of this is actually being helped or how much is hurting our children, because it becomes such happenstance for us to watch these films around our kids. Now, I don't have children, so I would not watch these films around like my great nephews. Like, they're young, but I would not watch a film about grooming around my great nephews. You know, they're still little, but you have to be so careful about what you let your children watch, you know. And anymore, as they depicted in this film, she was experimenting. The kids were experimenting, she said. So was it the truth? Was it a lie? I don't know. Did she say it to make herself sound like more grown up? We don't know, because she never alluded to the fact whether she actually had sex or not. But then this grown man walked up to her, and then they acted out this scene, and it was horrific. What he said to her, what he did to her. I mean, we're talking about the scene in the movie where he said, I want to make you do things. And I'm not going to say it here because there are baby ears. There's people home. And I'm not going to say it out loud because I'm a Christian girl and it's just not something you want to say. So he was talking with his big mouth. He was talking with his big mouth to a 14-year-old girl. And I'm like, are you seriously going to say that to a 14-year-old girl? Maybe she was 15 by this time, but that still doesn't matter. She's a child. And she admitted to maybe having sex, but how did he know she really had sex or not? And I'm thinking, this is a film portraying this, but still, it's a film nonetheless. And I'm thinking, oh, how many mothers need to be watching this with their daughters? It was crazy. So, and then it made me start thinking, how many parents talk to their kids about grooming? How many parents actually sit down and talk to their kids about parents being at the home when their other parents are not home? You know, the next door neighbor pops over for, a cup of milk or a cup of sugar. It's inappropriate for another adult to be in the home when your parents aren't home. No way, no how. I don't care who you are. There should be no parent in the home. If you've got a babysitter, there should be no parent in the home other than the babysitter. The babysitter should be the end-all be-all, and there should be no parent in the home. There should be nobody in that home until your mom and dad gets home, in my opinion, because that is asking for danger. That's where the line gets drawn. I mean, like, if you've got a best friend, that's different, because you know your best friend. She's your, unless you don't know your best friend. Like, oh, I've just been watching Nightmarish TV lately, but, guys and girls, you got your girls and your boys, and they're in their preteens. Start talking to your kids about their teachers. They're doing a lot of Zoom classes right now. I get that. But how many teachers have you heard about and read about lately that have had sex with their kids in their class? I've read about 3 teachers this last week that have had sex with their kids in their classroom. And they're not even from Tennessee. And I can actually say that I'm proud of that fact, because sad to say, I thought, great, it's another Tennessee teacher. It's sad enough that here in the South, we're thought of as really redneck and real backwoods. But when you find a teacher that slept with a kid and it's not from Tennessee, and you go, we slipped that one by. Because there for a while, it was all in the South. It seemed like it was all in the South. It was just Southern teachers that were real screw-ups. Have conversations with your kids. If a child all of a sudden changes, it's not always that they're psychopaths or sociopaths, like this one boy I just read about. The one kid that killed his little sister when he was 15. She was 4. He looked at his mother and said, now you really know who I am. That's totally different. I'm talking about kids that go from being like on the honor roll, being neat as a pin and straight as an arrow, and then go from being that to failing, to unkempt, to not sleeping, to not eating. You have to be watchful of what your kids are doing because something's not okay. If you have boyfriends in the home, girlfriends in the home, new boyfriends and girlfriends in the home, oh, guys, if you're in here and I don't know it because you don't speak to me, if you're in my haps, I do not know you're here because I have no idea. So if you're in my haps, hello, hi, how are you? Say hello to me. I don't know you're here. If you're on my YouTube, hi, how are you? I still don't know you're in here. So say hi if you want to. I apologize. But I'm not saying everybody is a lurking like pedo, but when a child changes so much, hey Kalina, when a child changes, when there are when there are drastic changes to a child, and I mean, this is not coming from me. This is coming from people that have had children that have gone through this. When there are drastic changes to a child's personality, behaviors, their appetite, even the way they act. If a child that you've raised 15 years all of a sudden not overly aggressive, like I was aggressive when I turned into a teen. From the minute I hit puberty, I became aggressive. Now that was normal for me. But if you had a child that was non-aggressive until they were 17 years old, that's different. But if you had a child that the minute they turned 12, they were aggressive, that's different. That child's just that child. But if you have a child that turns 13, 14 years old and they've been passive and very sweet and kind, and all of a sudden they're very withdrawn, very, you have to wonder if something's going on within that child. And it personally happened to our, I'm not going to say it happened to our family, but we had some things happen in our family that had to make us realize that things were not okay in our family. I got hit with the big old, why didn't you pay attention? I wasn't the best aunt I could have been in the whole wide world. So I know. I wished I had been more observant. I wished I had been a better aunt. I wish somebody had looked at me and said, yeah, I wish somebody would have looked at me and said, listen, observe, watch out. And I even had this little niggle in the back of my head saying, you need to, like my radar was going off. Something's going on. Something's going on, Tina. But I didn't pay attention to it because I just thought I'm being over worrisome. Because I'm Aunt Tina, like I'm the big Aunt Tina. I've got to just let it go. She'll tell me if something's, you know what I'm saying? Like, she'll let me know if something's going on. I find out 2 years later. No. And it wasn't anything within the family, it was just, she was just being hounded on by the staff at the school because my niece, because she was being because she had a head injury. My niece had a head injury, and I'll just explain it because I don't want you guys thinking, oh my gosh. My niece had a head injury, and she had yeah, she had a head injury, and when she hit her head, she had rumination syndrome. And once you do that, it's like they thought she was bulimic, and the teachers thought she was bulimic, and they started treating her that way. They didn't come to us. They didn't come to any of us. They just all treated her that way, and she never told us. Oh, if she had just told me, I would have went up there so fast, I'd have beat every teacher's butt out there. Every single one of them. Because I knew she wasn't bulimic. I knew she wasn't. There was no way that child was bulimic. I knew she wasn't. I knew she was sick. I knew she'd been sick because she lost over 150 pounds in a very short time. That baby would have never lost that amount of weight in that period of time. There's no way. It was because of her head injury. But they treated her like garbage. And if I had known that, oh, I know, Kalina. And if I had known that, I think I would have hurt somebody. And I think she probably knew that too. And so, sometimes kids do things to protect the parents more than anything. You know what I'm saying? I think they think they're protecting the parents sometimes. So that's why I say we need to have huge conversations with kids. Look, this is what we got to do. No matter what happens, you can come to me. Even after my rape, mom, go to the police. I said, I'm going to go. No way, no way, no how. I'd be the laughing stock. Nope. Mm-mm. Hey, Mindy. I wouldn't have made myself the laughing stock for nothing. And I said, I can deal with the pain and I will deal with it no matter how I have to. But and she said, we'll go right now. I said, no. I said, because I will have to deal with it. I said, because I put myself in that situation, I will get myself out of it. But I was able to go to my mom and say, look, this is what happened. I've had that kind of relationship with my mom. But the thing is that these children, I think Hollywood sensationalizes things way too much, and they make things look so glamorous. You know what I'm saying? They make grooming, these adults paying attention to these young kids look so glamorous that, heck, we all want it. Oh yeah, he's paying attention to me, so why wouldn't I want that? So, parents need to be careful. Just keep an eye on what your kids are doing. If your kids aren't with you, just make sure you check in with them. It doesn't take 2 minutes to call your kid. I don't care if your kid gets mad or not, and just say, hey, what you doing? Don't matter if you're at work. If you can get 2 minutes to call your child and just say, hey, what's up? Oh, I know it has been, Kalina. But I think Hollywood has really sensationalized it more here lately. If you watch a lot, and like I said, there's over 100 films that I counted just on assault of a child. I just looked up child assault. That's all I looked up. Just assault of a child. There were 100 films alone on assault. And it's like, That's bad enough. That's alluding to it, and that's actual on screen time. You know, I didn't watch all the films because there's over 100 films on the page. It is, and I'm not talking about what happens off screen. I'm talking about what happens on screen. We're not going to talk about Ralph Fiennes. Is that his name? Let me look it up real quick. I think that's his name. Was it Fiennes? I believe that's who it was. Ralph Fiennes, I think, is who did the movie with a young girl. Um, and there was a lot of I don't know, but I forget who it was, but there was a movie that some guy did. He was extremely much older than her, and she was like really, really super young. And it was ridiculous. They were talking about the on screen because they had to have sex. Like there was like on screen, like they had to have simulated sex on screen. And she was young. She was like 14, 15, I think. And he was clearly 50 years old, 40 or 50 years old. And I'm not sure if that was who it was or if it was this other guy. I can't remember. I know I can see his face in my head, but I can't remember what his name is. And there was this big, huge hubbub about it because he was so much older than her. And there was a lot of stuff, a lot of press about it because people were saying stuff about it. And I'm like, yeah, this is totally not okay. And then Zendaya, which Zendaya is old enough. Zendaya is 18. And Malcolm, she was doing Malcolm, they're, doing Malcolm X, doing the film with the guy, she's 18 years old. She's legal. But she did a film here recently with a guy that's 40 years old, 30 some odd years old. I mean, just look at the age gap. It's like they don't care. It's like the Me Too movement, and listen, I'm not one of these. I don't scream about the Me Too movement. I do believe that there's time and place for everything, and yes, those guys deserved it. But I'm telling you, what is his name? I've got the guy's face in my hand, his face right in my head, and I know him as plain as day. Oh my gosh. He's from England. He does a lot of English films. What is his name? Trying to think of a movie he's done that I could tell y'all about that I would be able to tell you who he was. Maybe he's done Shakespeare. Let me see if he's done Shakespeare. Listen, that's another one. That's another one. That's another one altogether. That's like uh what's the girl's name that married that died in the plane crash, that married, what's his name? Oh my gosh. I'm drawing blanks everywhere today. My head has hurt me all week long. Like all weekend, I didn't talk to anybody because my head hurts so bad. Um, oh my gosh. Oh. She married, the dude that's in jail right now for basically pinning girls up. I know. I know, and that is so stupid. It's stupid. Well, girl, we were talking the other day. I'm not going to get off on that tangent, but Oregon's just about Kansas and Oregon are two of the stupidest states right now. Stupidest, that's not a word, but Kansas and Oregon are about two of the most stupid states I've seen so far. Tennessee ain't too far behind. I think 16 with parental consent, 16 in the state of Tennessee, which I don't think that's old enough either, but that's just my opinion. You know what they say opinions are like. Let's see. Shakespeare. No, they don't. And, it's like, my thing is, and this is the honest truth, where do they draw the line? Like, okay, well, if they're not going to make laws to change that, then how are they going to fix the pedophile problem? Like, and they were wanting to make, in California, they were wanting to make it legal for pedophilia. Don't even get me started on that. Don't even get me started on that. They were wanting to make pedophilia legal in California. I just couldn't believe that one. Saying it was just natural for men to be sexually attracted to younger girls or younger boys. I'm like, are y'all really that stupid? Really? Really now? Mm-mm-mm. It never ceases to amaze me. It really never ceases to amaze me, the stupidity of some places. Just like Oregon just passed drugs free for everybody. Any drug. I grew up in California and left, never going back to California. Gorilla Bear Gorilla Bear Tech, welcome. I did not know you were here. Thank you for commenting. I didn't even know you were on YouTube. You could have said something before now. I don't have a bad, I don't hate California. I just think that that's a little drastic, don't you? I think making pedophilia legal is really dangerous. That's like, I think making pot legal, that's one thing. Making it legal to be a pedophile, no, that's just, no. That's just not okay. It's just, you found me in the YouTube? You did. Aw. Well, I was on the struggle bus. I was on the struggle bus with hats, so I'm glad you found me in the YouTube. Um, I hope you follow me in the YouTube. Hey, Bobby, hi, sister. How are you doing? Listen, Kalina, that's what I don't understand. Okay, let me give y'all a point of reference. And I wasn't going to talk about this much because this case really bothered me. There was a case where a brother murdered his sister. I'm not really going to go into great detail, but he was watching porn, he was watching snuff films, and he was watching media. And they found, I know, and that's what I'm saying, Grilla. That's what's scary. That Oregon is made all drugs legal, all drugs, not just pot. They made all drugs legal, hallucinogens and all of them. But this kid murdered his 4-year-old sister. And he said the only reason he stabbed her was because he was bored, because it was taking too long to strangle her. Now, yes, he's a sociopath, or a psychopath and a sociopath. And you can find out the information on YouTube. I would suggest you watch, what is her name? I'm so bad with, I'll link the description. I'll link her channel in the description box below on YouTube. If y'all want to watch it, I'll link her channel below. I'll find it and link it below to the entire video. I think her name's Christina, I believe. I watch a lot of like crime shows, like people that do crime videos. And the two main ones that I watch are Christina and Murder Mystery Makeup Mondays. Shana shine, shana shine, shana shine, shine, shana shine. No, that's not her, but but she's the first one I watch. But Christina's the second girl I watch, and she did the one on this brother that murdered his sister, and I just couldn't believe what they said he watched. I mean, she said she didn't know what a snuff film was, and I'm like, what? These people on YouTube who call me a sociopath and narcissist, but they're the ones on drugs all day, and they even post videos of it. And you and I are on the same page. Bailey Syrian, that's right, Kalina. I love Bailey. Bailey, I don't think Bailey talked about this kid, but I know Christina talked about this guy. Gorilla Bear Tech, you're going to have to follow me so I can follow you back. I have to come watch your channel because I want to know who you are, because you seem cool. And I don't think you're narcissistic. And I mean, if you're narcissistic and sociopathic, then, oh gosh, what am I? But it's true. I mean, but I really do think that we're going down a slippery slope with a lot of the cases that are coming up today. I mean, this kid got 39 years, I think it was. Was it 39? I think 39 years. His mother still goes to visit him. But get this, the psychiatrist told her, said, I hope I didn't make him angry. And she said, why? He said, because your son is the kind of person that if I made him mad, he would go after my grandkids. I'm like, holy crap. How many people have I made mad that would go after my family? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh. Like, that is something I've never thought about. Like, I don't ever want to hurt anybody. That has never been something I've ever wanted to do. I've never willfully went out there with the intent to hurt anyone. But there's just some people out there that just won't like me for nothing. They love to hate me. That's just their job. They love to hate Tina. That's okay. They can hate me all day long. I still love them anyway. That's okay. I will love everybody till the day I die. That's just how I am. But this kid, he told his mother, he said, he actually gave her the number to a company that would change her entire identity, and said, you need to use them like today, and you need to stop going and seeing him, because this kid wants to ruin your life, and that's why he killed your daughter. And I was like, just watching this story, and it happened so long ago, and I'm like, she's still, I couldn't have children, so I don't know that I didn't carry my own child. I know the love of my niece. I know how deeply I love her and how much I love my great nephews. I know that love. I know that heartbreaking, painful love that I have for those children. I don't know what I would do if I lost one of those kids. So I don't know what she feels for him, but she said that when he wrote in great detail what he did to his sister in a manifesto to his psychiatrist, that was it for her. And I was like, I couldn't. I mean, that just to me, I just, it just broke me because it was just so sad, and then you see these movies where they portray, kids being hurt, and it had to come from somewhere. That's what's so sad. Oh, baby, I'm way older than you. Way older than you. I've got a few years on you. Just a few. I'm only 50 this year. I got a few years. We're going to be celebrating this year. I'm just going to be, I'm going to be so old this year. Whew. I'm looking forward to it. How's everybody like my garbage can on my bed? Woo, don't we love that? I'm doing great today. But no, I just thought we would talk about this. Yeah, I'm 50. I will be 50 in April. But thank you. See, fat fills the wrinkles. I can't say that much longer, though, because when the summer shows up, we're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of some more of this fat. I lost 3 more pounds. I think I found it, though. Yeah, Colleen, I lost 3 more pounds, but I think I'm going to find it. I used to have hair down to my waist, Gorilla. I had to cut it all off back in, let's see, when did I cut my hair off, girls? I think it was October. Did I cut my hair in October, wasn't it? Yeah, right around October, I cut my hair off. Or my hair would have been down to my knees, probably. No, listen. I used to weigh 500 pounds. And then I've lost down from that to I'm down to 260. What did I get down to? 263? Down to 263. Yeah, down to 263. And then this summer, I'm hoping to lose a lot more, but let's hope. I can only hope. At least my surgeon's going to look at me and go, you've only lost 100 pounds. You've got to lose more. And I'm like, come on. Well, see, I had surgery because I had to have knee surgery. So I had what is it? I'm having speech problems today, guys. When I do this, I can't find my words, so that means I can't talk right today. Everybody that I normally talk to knows that this means I can't talk. I had to have gastric sleeve done in May of last year. Only thing was, though, is that they let me fall, and I have a head injury. So not only now I have a head injury with PTSD, and I've had to deal with that this last year, plus be crazy. So I'm dealing with that, but I'm getting through it. I only go through spurts of being really, really out of it, but I've only had 2 really bad experiences with PTSD so far. I haven't gone to jail yet, though. I almost went to jail last time. Y'all don't need to know about that, though. Let's hope we don't go to jail next time. Whew. But anyway, do y'all have any questions? Because I know I talk about this stuff. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. I don't do y'all have, ask me questions because I just sit here like a dummy. You're not big bones, you're just fluffy. This might work better if I'm actually on. Alrighty. Okay. So I guess I'm going to conclude this chat. I love you guys. I have had a good time talking to you all. I hope that you guys have a great day. I know this hasn't been one of the best conversations to talk about today, but I just wanted to talk about it because, it's not one of my regular conversations, and they're doing well. Barbara, they're doing as good as can be expected. Mom's been sick. She's had a cold. I think she's had the regular flu, just the regular, cold, coughing quite a bit, and I'm just all kinds of stop-like symptoms. She's been caught right now on the screen. Okay. She's been sick. Daddy was sick, but now she's still coughing quite a bit, but I've not been sick. So, I mean, I've been a little bit nasally, but I've not been sick, can still breathe. I can still taste and smell and all that good stuff. So, no fevers or anything. So, we're all doing okay. We're hanging in there. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Oh goodness. Well, we still have a little bit. Do we still have snow? Nope, snow's all gone now. But I've got a cracked windshield. That's what I got from the snow. Thanks, snow. Appreciate it. I had a small crack in my windshield from when I went. I had to get iron infusions, and I went up the mountain to get one done 2 weeks before. No, the week before Christmas, and a rock hit my windshield that time. And then the week after Christmas, I went back. And then the week after that, I went to go meet the doctor, and a rock hit my windshield. Well, when I got back, I just knew my windshield was broke, but it didn't show it anywhere. And then Daddy took Mom to work a week later, and I went to go pick Mom up from work. And I said, "What is that?" And I pointed at the lower end of my windshield, and my windshield was cracked about that far. And it was kind of slanted, it's kind of doing this little curve thing. So I didn't think much about it. So we had a little bit of snow, but it wasn't real bad. And what had happened, it snowed right after Christmas, and that's what cracked it. Oh no, honey, it's like 30. Let's see. Let's see what the temperature is here. I'll tell you what the temperature is here right now. What's the temperature? It's 49 here right now. So after Christmas, it cracked. Well, then, not for last, I don't know if you saw it on Instagram, but it come like we had like 3 or 4 inches of snow. But I didn't pay any attention. And mom didn't go to work last week because she was sick. She got real sick, so my aunt, had her off all week. Well, we didn't drive. We didn't go nowhere until they went out on Saturday to go grocery shopping. And she called me while they were out, and she said, I hate to call you and tell you this, but she said, your windshield's cracked all the way across. I was sick. No, that was Monday because it wasn't even cracked. It didn't crack till Saturday night because it didn't snow until Friday night or Saturday. And so then Monday when I went to go get her, it cracked all the way across. And so I was just sick because it's going to be like $500 to fix it, which I mean, I'll have, I just have to save up, but I couldn't believe it. I'm like, dadgummit. But, it's just one of those things. You would know I'd get this new car, and everything I've had to do so far, I've had to put more money into the car. Like I've had to get just to check. Now get this. I've never heard of this before. The back gate, there's a light that's supposed to go for the license plate. To change the light, we have to replace the entire handle. That's only $175. What possessed me to buy a Fiat? I don't know. Now I know why the kid got rid of it. I now know why you don't want a Fiat, because everything you get on it is expensive. The windshield, expensive. The leather, expensive. Well, I knew the leather would be expensive, but I'm not worried about the leather. The leather looks real nice. I've got Gucci leather seats. That's about the only thing that's not. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm not going to say anything about the Gucci leather because I'm not going to jinx my Gucci leather. We are not jinxing the Gucci leather. Do not jinx the Gucci leather. It does have a sunroof though. So I like having my little sunroof. It's a nice day like today. I'll have the under roof pulled back, and it's nice to have the sunroof open. And yeah, it's nice on days like today. But I love you guys. I'm going to go. I've got some things I have to do before I pick Mom up from work. But I love you all. It's been so good to spend time with you guys today. I will see you guys later on in the week. I'm sorry this video is so long, but I just wanted to spend some time with you guys. I love you all so very much. Please like my video if you did like it. Leave comments down below if you want to ask questions. Leave me topics that you'd like to hear about. I like suggestions. And if you like this video and you want to see other videos like it, let me know. I love you guys. Remember to smile at somebody. I love you too, Miss Barbara. You know I love you, my sister. I love you more than anything in this world. Remember to smile at somebody. You never know if it might change somebody's entire day. I love you. Share that love I share with you with somebody else. And I will see you guys again soon. Love you.